Welcome to Apricot Cottage Studio. I'm Roxanne. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Oliver, BC. And I thought I would share today another video about how to use the Many Messages and Many Happenings dies. This one was the first one out, and I've already done a video about my process of using Many Messages. And it comes with a stamp set that's all stamped in one piece and a die that cuts out in one piece. And I find it really useful because I make a lot of cards to have some sentiments all ready to go. So this one is called Many Messages, and the new one is called Many Happenings. And it's got some really awesome stamps and matches the same die as Many Messages. So there's two of them. So the process that I use, in case you didn't see the other video, I use my Stamparatus. I cut paper in half, and the reason I leave it longer is so that I have something to hold on to when I'm doing my embossing. I use my embossing buddy first to stroke down the paper, make sure there isn't any loose embossing powder. I use my Versamark and I stamp it on my stamp that's placed in my Stamparatus, and I make sure that I give it a nice juicy coat. And I usually use it twice because it's a big stamp and I don't want to miss anything, especially around the edges and in the middle. There's a little to and from. It's very useful for the tags, but I want to make sure that it's all included. So I usually do the Versamark twice, make sure that I've covered everything. Got another press. Sometimes I use a little roller, especially around those edges, to make sure that it's nicely stamped. The nice thing about the Stamparatus is you can keep stamping until you feel that you've got it all. And it looks pretty good. So then I take it out of my Stamparatus, and I've got a piece of scrap paper off to the side. I take my embossing powder and dab a little bit and look at it carefully to make sure that I've got everything. Now this has, I see that I missed one section. This has little stars and little hearts that help you to match up the die. It makes it very easy to do. I usually do a whole pile of those in different colors. I use white and gold and black and navy blue embossing powder so that I have a selection. And I'm not going to heat set that because it's a little noisy on the video. But once I've got it all done, then I die cut them, spend an evening die cutting them, and then I have them all organized in a binder. So I use the little plastic sheets that you can get solid pages for the big cutouts. These ones are for trading cards, like baseball cards. And then I also have one that's for, these are for the old-fashioned slides, and I had somebody gave me a whole pile of those, and those are perfect for the little tiny ones. And then when I'm doing a card, it's really easy to pull out a sentiment. I've got something for every occasion, and I've got it organized under birthday, sympathy, congrats, thanks, and get well. And you can see I've got lots. Little stars and hearts I keep for accents. And I've got them all organized in my binder ready to go. So make sure that you have a chance to have a look at the stamp set in the Stampin' Up! Catalog called Many Messages and Many Happenings. And then you'll be all set with lots of sentiments for your cards. Thanks for joining me today at Apricot Cottage Studio.